Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Hi. Good morning. Chalo, join fast, everyone. Join fast. Good morning, everyone. Join fast. Let's start the class. Okay? Chalo. Let's do some revision for 2 minutes. Let's do some revision for 2 minutes. Hi, good morning. Tell me. Arrange in proper order. Arrange in proper order. Analyze, interpret, classify, and collect. Analyze, interpret, classify, and collect. Arrange in proper order. Analyze, interpret, classify, and collect. Good morning. Arrange in proper order. Collect, classify, analyze, interpret. Correct, Rajkumar. Very good. Uh, Shilpa. Correct. Collect is the first step. Very good. Collect is the first step. Okay, next one. Next one. Uh, Bayesian decision theory deals with what? Bayesian decision theory deals with what? Okay, I'll give you the options. Bayesian decision theory deals with what? I'll give you the options. Alternative course, business decisions, or this accounting. So Bayesian decision theory deals with what? Alternative course or accounting or business decisions. No, not business decisions. Answer is alternative courses. Bayesian decision theory deals with alternative courses. Yes, best alternative. Alternative courses. Very good. Okay. Okay. What can be measured in numbers at variate or attribute? What can be measured in numbers? Variate or alternate? What was that second one? Variate or attribute. Okay. So what can be measured in numbers? Variate or this attribute. So it is variate. Correct. Variate can be measured in numbers. Attribute cannot be measured in numbers. Cannot. Okay. Cannot be measured in numbers. Next. Mm, when I express the numbers as when I express the numbers as 10 to 20, 20 to 30, it is called as discrete or continuous. When I express the numbers as 10 to 20, 20 to 30, it is called as discrete or continuous. It's called as continuous. Okay, continuous. Discrete means single number. Very good. It's called as continuous. Parameter is used for sample or population. Parameter is used for sample or population. Correct? It is used for population. Very good. Chalo. Now let's start with today's topic then. Today's part is frequency. Frequency. Chalo, let's start. If the value of a variable like height, weight, income, etc., occurs twice or more in a given series of observations, then the number of occurrences of the value is termed as frequency of that value. Okay? So, value of the variable, any variable which can be expressed in numbers, height, weight, income, age, anything, it occurs twice or more, then it's called as frequency. Now, this is only for theory, I'll tell you. Remember, this definition is only for theory. In exam, if you get this definition, then only you'll have to write twice or more. Otherwise, practically, even if you have one, then also it's called as frequency. If any number is occurring only once, then also it's called as frequency. Got it? The way of representing data in the form of table consisting of values with the corresponding frequencies is called as frequency distribution. What is frequency distribution? It means, yesterday I told you that we get the raw data. From that raw data, we have to convert it to information. Various columns are to be drawn, right? So, converting this into columns, various columns, and then writing the frequencies accordingly is called as frequency distribution. Okay? So, frequency distribution means converting the data into columns and with the corresponding frequencies. I write the frequencies in that. Let's see this. These are the students A, B, C, and these are the marks 20, 30, 20, 20, 30. Okay. So, frequency of 20 marks is what? What is the frequency of 20 marks in this? It is 2. 2 times it's occurring. Frequency of 30 marks is what? 1. So, this is known as, whenever it occurs 2 times, it's called as 2 frequency. Whenever it occurs it's called as 1 frequency. So, it means that, remember, how many times the number is repeated. So, that's called as a frequency. Now, suppose if I say, look at this, marks. This is example number 1. Now, example number 2. Suppose if I draw a table like this, marks, and second column is number of students. Okay. Now, if I call these marks as, let's say, 40 to 50, 40 to, let's make it 60, okay, 60 to 80, and 80 to 100. Okay, let's call these marks. And number of students is, let's say, 30 over here. Here it is 20. Here it is 10. So what does it mean? Now look at this. This is different and this is different. Example 1 and 2 are totally different. Because here student is 1, 1, 1. A, B, C. Only one student is there. And these are the marks. Whereas over here, in second case, we are having the group of marks and number of students is there. So this is frequency. This is frequency. Whenever you have the number, it's called as frequency. Okay. So frequency means this is not frequency. Means this is single number. You can calculate the frequency later based on this. Suppose if I want to calculate the frequency over here, so frequency will be for 20 marks, frequency will be 2. For 30 marks, frequency will be 1. Okay. So frequency is to be calculated from this table. But here it's already given. This was just to classify what do you mean by frequency and what do you mean by single numbers. Class boundaries. This question is always there in exam. Every exam it is there. Okay. Inclusive and exclusive. See here. Inclusive can be converted to exclusive, and the new class intervals are the new class intervals are called as class boundaries. Now, firstly, understand what is inclusive, what is exclusive. Look at this, inclusive and exclusive. Everyone pay attention, very, very, very important. Suppose if I write the frequencies 10 to 14, 15 to 19, 20 to 24, okay? And it includes both the borders, 10 also and 14 also. Then it's called as inclusive. Means, what does it mean? Let's see this again. Suppose if I get some student who's having the marks 13, 1, 3. Suppose if I get some student who's having the marks 13, 1, 3. So where will I write that student's name? In 10 to 14, 15 to 19 or 20 to 24? You tell me. Suppose if I get a student with marks 13, 1, 3. Where will I write the name of that student? In 10 to 14, correct? I'll write it in 10 to 14. Got it? Yeah. Okay. Suppose if I get a student, everyone pay attention now. Suppose if I get a student with marks 19, where will I write the marks? In 10 to 14, 15 to 19 or 20 to 24? I'll get a student with marks 19, 1, 9. Right? So I'll write it in 15 to 19. Why did I write in 15 to 19? Because it is inclusive. It is inclusive. Inclusive means what? 15 is also written in that class only and 19 is also written in that class. Right? Suppose if I get a student with the marks 20. So where will I write that student's name? I'll write it in 20 to 24, isn't it? I'll write it in 20 to 24. Why? Because both are included. Initial and the end are included. Okay. So this is called as inclusive. Whenever both the ends are included, it's called as inclusive. And very important point about inclusive is there is a difference between the starting and the ending. See this. This is 14. This is 15. This is 19. This is 20. So there is a gap. Okay. So this is called as inclusive. And if you look at the numbers, total numbers, so here 5, 5, 5, 10 to 14. So count it from 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 5 numbers. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 5 numbers. So there are the class width. This is called as width. Class width is same, 5, 5, 5. Now let's look at exclusive. What do you do in exclusive? Shift 0.5 from here, 0.5 from here. So 10 shifting 0.5, it will become 9.5. Similarly, 14 shifting 0.5, so it will become 14.5. So my interval will be what now? 9.5 to 14.5. 9.5 to 14.5. Both are exclusive. Means 9.5 is also not included. 14.5 is also not included. Okay? Both are exclusive. They are not included. Got it? So, how will I write the marks then? Say this. Suppose if I get a student with marks 10. So where will I write the student's name? If I get the marks with student with marks 10, then I'll write it in 9.5 to 14.5, right? So that is included. Now somebody might question this, that sir, if I get the student with marks 14.5, where will I write the student's name? 14.5. If I get such students marks, okay? What will you do in that case? If I get the marks of 14.5. So firstly, marks in your CAIIB, like this is for only those tables where you don't have the marks in points. You have the marks in natural numbers, means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This table is not for that. Okay, exclusive is not for that. Got it? So this is a typical peculiarity about exclusive class. So remember, this is only for the round numbers, natural numbers. The marks will never be given in 0.5, 0.6, something like this. It will be given in round numbers. Okay. So remember about exclusive, the ends are not included. Number one. Number two, the ends are matching. 14.5, 14.5. 19.5, 19.5. So they are matching over here. Got it? So always remember in exam, whenever you solve this problem, you'll have to convert inclusive to exclusive. This 10 to 14, you'll have to convert to 9.5 to 14.5. If you see the gap, class width, again it is 5 only. 14.5 minus 9.5, 5. Everywhere it's 5. So always remember, inclusive needs to convert it to exclusive for solving the problems. Open-end class interval. Now, what is open-end? Now, open-end means what? Firstly, we will understand what is closed-end and open-end. Whenever I write the number 10 to 20, 20 to 30, okay? 10 to 20, 20 to 30. Suppose if I write this number. So, what does it mean? Both the ends are closed. Means I know the starting, I know the end. But if I write a class like this, if I write a class, let's say, let me write it. Hold on. Who's this? Sharda. Yeah, take this WhatsApp link. Huh? This all Telegram links are given. So take the Telegram links, everyone. Yeah. Suppose if I write the class, okay, like this. Look at this. Below 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, above 40. Now here what was it? 10 to 20. So I knew that starting is 10, ending is 20. But in the first class over here, below 10, do I know the end or starting point? No. It can be below 10 means it can be 2, 1, minus also it can go if it's related to something related to negative. Then minus also it can go. Similarly over here, above 40, it can be 50, 70, 200, 2000, 2 lakh, anything it can be. So either the upper limit or the lower limit or both. Understand this. Either upper limit or lower limit or both also, when they are missing, it's called as open-end class interval. It's called as open-end class intervals. Upper end or lower end or both are missing. Got it? Remember this by heart. These all definitions. Open end, then the earlier one which I told you, inclusive, exclusive. You will definitely get this in exam. Okay? Next, relative frequency. Relative frequency means what? Frequency upon total frequency into 100. What do you mean by this? Suppose, for example, in this case only, above case, where was it? Any case we'll take it. Let's take it this way, over here only. Suppose if I write the frequencies like this. I'll write only three frequencies, marks and frequency. I'll write it. Frequency means number of students. Frequency. Okay. So I'll write the marks like this. What? Let's take it simple. Marks of 40. Discrete. Let's write discrete. Then 50 and 60. And frequencies means number of students are, let's say, 30, 30 and 40. Okay. So now if I want a relative frequency of 40 marks, relative frequency of 40 marks. So it is what? Frequency upon total frequency. What is the total frequency? 30 plus 30, 60 plus 40, 100. So this total frequency is 100. So relative frequency is of 40 marks. 30 upon 100, right, into 100. Okay. So frequency upon total frequency into 100. That is known as relative frequency. So that becomes 30 again. Okay. Similarly, if I want it for 50, again similar 60, same one. So frequency upon total frequency into 100. Percentage frequency. Percentage means what? Class frequency upon total frequency into 100. Both of them seem to be same. These two seem to be same. Almost same. Same. Okay. You can consider them as one only because class frequency and its frequency, it means one and the same thing. Okay. Here only the distribution will be in the classes. Means here the marks will be like this. Marks will be 40 to 50 and so on. 50 to 60 and so on. It will go on and on. So, and remaining thing will be the same. Okay, so relative frequency or percentage frequency, logically it's one and the same. Frequency density. Frequency density of a class interval equals to class frequency upon width of the class. Now, what is width? Width means what? Suppose if I write this class 40 to 50, 40 to 50 marks, then the width becomes width. Width is 50 minus 40, that is 10. Suppose if I write a class of 40 to 60, now you tell me the width. Tell me the width. 40 to 60. You guys tell me the width. Right? It is 20. Got it? It is 20. What was the question? Somebody was asking me the question. Can be compared open-ended and exclusive. No, they can't be compared. Raju. Open-ended and exclusive can't be compared. These two are totally different. Okay? Open-ended means basically you don't have upper limit or lower limit. And in exclusive, what do? We know the upper limit and lower limit. Although it is not, we don't touch it. Okay? Chalo, move on. Frequency distribution is of two types. Again, something we have done it earlier, yesterday also. Discrete, and second one will be, what will be the second one now? If this is discrete, what will be the second one? Can anyone tell me? Frequency distribution will be of two types. One is discrete. What will be the second one? Second one will be continuous, isn't it? So discrete and continuous. So variables take distinct values 0, 1, 2, 3, all these. Means where you can point it out that 2, 1 means that it's a single number. So that's called a discrete. Continuous means it takes the class interval way. Variables take values which are expressed in class intervals 10 to 20, 20 to 30 within certain limits. Now this is very important, within certain limits. Here it can't be open-ended. Okay, here it cannot be open-ended. It will be always closed-ended. Okay. Now let's look at it. This problem. Marks obtained by 20 students in the exam for 50 marks are given below. Convert the data into continuous frequency distribution table. So these are the marks obtained. Let me remove this so that it becomes easier for you. Hold on. So these are the marks obtained by 20 students for 50 marks are given below. Convert the data into frequency distribution form. So you have to convert it into frequency distribution form, and that also continuous. You have to convert it into continuous frequency distribution. Continuous means what? The marks will be how? How will they be written? The marks will be written in various ways. I can write the marks. Okay. For this, what you have to do? For this, first you have to find out the highest and the lowest. Now you guys tell me what is the highest number in this? Highest and the lowest. Highest and lowest. Tell me which is the highest number over here. Take this now. Yeah. Highest number. Highest, not lowest. Which is the highest number? Correct. Highest number is everyone. 49. Correct. So 49 and 18. Right. 49 is the highest and 18 is the lowest. Now, once you get these two numbers, highest and lowest, now you decide what classes are to be taken. Means take round figure of either 10 or 5. See here, I can do it in various ways. I can take the gap width of 5 if I take, or width of 10 if I take, width of 10. I can have do it various ways. I can take the width of 20. One second. Yeah. Width of 20. Oh my god. One second. Battery is running low. Okay. So I can have a width of 5. I can have a width of 10. I can have a width of 20 also. 20. One second. What is happening? Okay. I can have a width of 20 also. Got it? So now if I have a width of 5, how will I write this? My class will start from 15 and it will end at 50. One second. There's some problem going on. Let me show you over here only. So if I'm having a width of 5, my class will start at 15 and then 20. So 15 to 20, 20 to 25 will go on. Okay. Suppose if I have a width of 10, so my class will go on like this: 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, and so on. If I have a width of, let's say, 30, 20, then my class will go how? Voice is not clear? Voice is okay now, everyone? Are you able to hear me properly? Audible? Yes. Am I audible now? Yeah. So if I have a width of 20, let's say 20, okay, width of 20, I'll write it over here. Width of 20, 20 width. So what was my starting point? Starting point was 18 and ending point was 49. So how will I have this width? I can have this width of, now there are various ways. I can have it 10 to 30, 30 to 50, right? 30 to 50. This way also I can have it. Or I can have it 0 to 20, 20 to 40, and 40 to 50, 40 to 60. Even I can have it this way also, right? So it depends on me or who is doing the survey, what width that the person wants to take. The width which we have to take will not be dependent on anyone. It is up to you only, whoever takes it. Okay. So remember this: the width will never be governed by anyone. If you want more minutest details, then you'll take the lower width. If you want the you don't want the minute details, you'll take the higher width. Okay. Represent the information given below with a suitable table. So we have to represent this in a table. What is it? Look at this. 1400 candidates were medically examined in a fitness test, out of which 21% were girls. From the doctor's report, it was found that 396 males and 104 females were unfit. Okay. 40% of the remaining males and 60% of the remaining females were in good health. The rest were declared as temporarily unfit. The rest were declared as temporarily unfit. Now you have to write this in the table. That's it. You can get this as a case study for 5 marks. Okay, case study for 5 marks. And if you get this case study, what will they ask you? They'll ask you to draw the table, and number 2, they'll ask you various questions in this. Let's see one by one. How many students are there total? 1400. Okay, so let's write them. See this, I have written it over here. 1400 students total. Total is 1400, male and female included. Out of this, now go step by step. 21% were girls. So 21% of 1400 are girls. So find it. What is 21% of 1400? What is 21% of 1400? Everyone? It is 294. Okay. Others also. 21% of 1400. It is 294. Right? So what will I do? I'll write 294 over here. So if this is 294, what are the remaining students then? 1400 minus 294. So it is 1106. So these much are males. So you have come up to step number 2. See this, fitness area, out of which 21% were girls. So you have classified them now, girls and boys. Okay. From the doctor's report, it was found that 396 males and 104 females were unfit. Now, who are unfit? 396 and 104. Let's write them. See this, unfit is 396 and 104. Okay. Unfit is 396 and 104. Right. So what we do? We write it over here, and remaining. What is the remaining one? Then subtract it. 710, and this is 294 minus 104, 190. So 710 and 190. So what is given? Look at this. 396 and 104 are unfit. Now look at the second step. Next step. 40% of the remaining and males and 60% of the remaining females were in good health. So 40% of the remaining. So what is remaining? Remaining was 710. So 40% of 710. So it becomes 284. And 60% of 190. So it becomes 114. So they were in good health. Okay, good health. So 284 were in good health. 114 of females were in good health. Okay. Then the rest were declared as temporarily unfit. So what is the rest now? 710 minus 284. So it becomes 426. 190 minus 114. It becomes 76. So it means that 426 were temporarily unfit boys and 76 girls were temporarily unfit. Now in exam, what will they ask you? They'll give you this question, and they'll ask you something like this. How many males were no, that is already given. What is the remaining number of students in males? So 710. Or how many of the students were in good health? Males were in good health, females were in good health. So they'll ask you these numbers. How many of them were temporarily unfit, males and females? So something like this they'll be asking you. Okay? Got it, everyone? Simple one, very simple. Okay, only you have to apply your brains a bit, and that's it. Got it? Chalo. Let's move on. Next. Now look at this. Hold on. The data of some workers are given 2300, 2400, 25, blah blah blah, all these numbers. If the desired number of class intervals is 10, find a class width. Look at this question properly. The data of these workers is given. Desired number of class intervals is 10. So find a class width. So whenever you have to apply, classify this data, what have you to do first? Highest and the lowest. Which is the highest? Highest and the lowest. Lowest. So which is the highest number over here, everyone? Highest is 3000. Which is the lowest one? Lowest is 2000. Correct. So you have this. This is known as a range. This is known as a range. Range. Range means highest minus lowest. So your range is what? 1000. This is your range. Okay. 3000 minus 2000 range. Now you want class width. So class width equals to what? Class width. Width equals to range divided by how many numbers, how many classes you want. So how many classes you want? 10. So numbers, I'll write it directly. Range upon number. So it is 1000 upon 10. So my class width will be 100. Okay. My class width will be 100. Got it? Now, what do you mean by this 100? If I say class width will be 100, so can you give me the classes now? Can you give me the distribution of classes? So classes will be what over here now? Minimum was what? 2000. So it will be 2000. Start from the minimum. 2. What will be the next one now? 2100. Very good. 2100. Okay. Similarly, second 2100 to 2200. So it will go on now. Up to end will be what? 2900 to 3000. This will be your end. Right? Got it? So this is known as a class width. If you check the difference, all are 100, 100, 100, 100, 100. Okay. The class width will never change. Always remember, class width will never change. Okay, let it be any class. So a class width will be 100 over here. Got it? Next one. The largest and the smallest data are 60. Now you have to do this. Let me first remove this. Okay. The largest and the smallest data are 60 and 40 respectively. If the desired number of class intervals is 5, find a class width. What is the class width now? So simple. Hardly what? 4th standard? 3rd standard? Isn't it? 3rd standard problem. 60 minus 40 upon 5. Right? So all of you have cleared 3rd standard now? Right? Because you are able to answer this. Isn't it? Such questions are asked in exam. Kindly note. Such questions are asked in exam. Why? Because I think they consider you as 3rd standard. Yeah. Okay. Now next. The class intervals where the upper and the lower limits are also in the class interval. Upper and the lower limits are also in the class interval is called as exclusive, inclusive, discrete and continuous. They are also in the class interval. It's called as what? Upper and the lower limits are also. It's called as inclusive. Correct? It's called as inclusive B. Very good. It is called as inclusive. Right? So it is 10 to 14, 14 to 19, right? 19 to 23, isn't it? This is inclusive, correct? This is inclusive, na? Type yes or no. Is this inclusive or no? Is this inclusive or is this exclusive? This is wrong. This is not inclusive. Wrong. Always remember there's a difference between the start and the end in inclusive. 15 to 19, 20 to 23. There should be a difference in inclusive. Always remember this. If they are same, that's called as exclusive. If they are same, they are called as exclusive. If there is a difference, it is called as inclusive. Never forget this basic. Never ever forget this basic. Okay? If they are same, it's called as exclusive. If they are different, it's called as inclusive. Kindly note this, everyone. Still, some students are writing this as inclusive as common one. Okay? Kindly note this. Chalo, next one. Hold on. The type of cumulative frequency where the frequencies are added starting from the highest to the lowest class is called as the type of cumulative frequency where the frequency is added from highest to lowest. So it's called as, what do you mean by highest to lowest? So suppose if I write 10 to, suppose if I go on writing these classes, let me show you over here. Say this. 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40. If I'm having these classes and this is the frequency 3, 5 and 7. Okay, these are the classes, this is the frequency. Okay, now what is greater than, what is less than? Suppose if I start writing this in this way, 30 to 40, see here, whichever is the highest one, I'll write it first. Okay, so 30 to 40 I'll write first, 20 to 30 I'll write next, 10 to 20 I'll write next. So from the highest I'm going to the lowest, it's called as greater than. Or if I write it in the reverse way, means normal way, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40. So this is called as less than. Whenever you start from the highest class and go to the lowest class, it's called as greater than. Whenever you start from the lowest class and go to the highest class, it's called as less than. Okay? So remember, this was a question in December 23. December, not this time. It was a question in December 23. That cumulative frequencies where the frequencies are added starting from the highest class to the lowest class. It is called as greater than. Got it, everyone? Clear? Next. Yeah. The data classification, which is based on the variables like demand, supply, height, weight, it is considered as what? Qualitative, quantitative, time series, or discrete. The data classification, which is based on variables like demand, supply, height, means, now look at these. Demand, supply, height, weight. Can you measure them in numbers, exact numbers? My weight is this much. My height is this much. Demand is this much. Supply is this much. We can measure, isn't it? We can measure this. So it is called as, it will be called as, whenever you can measure anything in numbers, it's called as quantitative. So your answer over here will be quantitative. Okay, which can be measured in numbers. Quantitative. Okay. Next, the data is classified and arranged by the time of occurrence, such as years, months, weeks, etc. So this is called as what? Time series, geographical, historical, both A and C. Well, both A and C. Yes. Correct? It's D. Both A and C. Got it? Both A and C. Both. It's D. Okay? Both A and C. Now next one. This is a bit tough. Second last one is a tough. See this. In 2020, this is a tougher one. Huh? In 2020, out of the 3,000 workers in the factory, out of the 3,000 workers in the factory, 2,300 were skilled workers. So there are total 3,000 workers, 2,300 are skilled workers. The number of women employees are 300, out of which 250 are unskilled. See this, it's given confusing in a confusing way. Okay? So number of employees were 300, out of which 250 were unskilled. So how many were skilled? 50. In 2021, number of skilled workers, see this, there are 2 years given, 2020 separate, 2021 separate. The number of skilled workers was 2750, of which 2500 were men. The number of unskilled workers was 760, out of which 300 were women. Very confusing data. You have to write the tables for this. Okay? How do you write the tables? See this, make 2 years, 2020, 2021. Make them separate. See this, 2020 or whatever it is, 2020. Now make this 2020 and this is 2021. Okay? Let me make this 2020. Okay? And this is 2021. Now what is given over here? Just tabulate the data, whatever is given. Total workers is what? 3,000. So 3,000 over here. Got it? 2,300 were skilled. So 2,300 were skilled. So mark this, skilled and unskilled. So 2,300 skilled and remaining is what? 700. 700 is unskilled. Okay? 2,300 skilled, 700 is unskilled. Got it? This is in 2000. The number of women employees was 300, out of which 250 were skilled. Now look at this. This is skilled, this is unskilled. Okay? Now what is given? Women were 250 skilled. Now write them in skilled sector. What is this? 250 are unskilled. Sorry, 250 are unskilled. So write them in unskilled part. So it is 250. I'll write it in unskilled part. Unskilled. Okay, 250. So how many were skilled? Skilled was 50 then, right? They have not asked anything else. They have not asked find the men. Or in exam, what will they do? They'll ask you find the unskilled men. So 700 minus 250, that will be the unskilled men. Okay? They'll ask you find a skilled men, 2,300 minus 50. So these questions will come to you. Second, in 2021, the number of skilled workers was 2,750. Now skilled was 2,750. Okay? Of which 2,500 were men. So 2,750, of which 2,500 were men. Men were 2,500. Okay? So how many were women then? 2,750 minus 2,500, 250. These many were women. The number of unskilled workers was 760. Now look at this. Unskilled workers was 760, out of which 300 were women. So unskilled was 760, out of which 300 were women. So 460 were men, it means, right? So now from this you get the entire classification. How many men are skilled? How many women are skilled in 2021? Now suppose if I ask you in this, suppose if I ask you, what is the total number of employees in 2021? What is the total number of employees in 2021? Can you give me the answer? Total number of employees in 2021. It is correct, 3510. 3,510. This much will be the total number of employees. Right? No, 3510. Balvinder. Okay? Add them. 2750 plus 760. Total number of employees. Got it? Suppose if I ask you now, second question I'll ask you. What is the skilled workers skilled in 2021? skilled workers in 2021. Skilled workers in 2021. What will you add? Which one will you add for skilled workers in 2021? What will you add for skilled workers in 2021? You won't add anything, right? You will not add anything because it's already given 2750, right? Given, yes. You will not add. You don't have to add it anything because it's already given. Okay. How many were the skilled mm, men in 2000? How many were the skilled men in 2000? Skilled men in 2000. Skilled men in 2000. It was 2250. 2300 were the total skilled men. Out of that, 50 were women, right? So skilled men will be what? 2300 minus 50. So 2250. That is the number of skilled men. Got it? Skilled men was 2250. Got it? Similarly over here, how many were the unskilled men in 2000? Unskilled men in 2000. 2000. I want it in 2000 not 2021. It is 450. Right? 450. 700 minus 250. 700 minus 250. Okay, it is 450. Got it, everyone? 450. That is the answer. Such questions, easy questions, you get it in exam. And if you miss out on this, then you miss out on simple marks as such. Okay, means the marks which are in your hands. Got it? Clear? 2000 is given now, Vishnu. 2000 above. Oh, sorry, Vishnu. Correct. I said it wrongly. It should be 2020. Correct. I said it 2000. It should be 2020. Okay? Okay. Chalo. Bye everyone. Tomorrow again. Today evening we are having the BFM class. So tomorrow let's meet again. Okay? Chalo. Bye everyone. Bye. Yeah, class number 2. This is second number class. Okay?